I will show you now just how fast they can be. So this is the Turbo Wizard. All we need to do is enter in our primary keyword. We'll use our dog training. Our secondary keywords we can generate ourselves from Google. This will give the words that Google most links with dog training. You can of course add in your own ones as well. You see it does generate a nice list of secondary keywords. You can set the percentage that secondary keywords will come into play. We'll just set that to 20% versus 80% for the main keyword. We then have to set the URL for our website. We'll just do www.dogtraining.com for this example. Again, we can set a secondary URL, and a percentage of links will go to the primary and the secondary. The secondary, for instance, will be internal pages within your site that are also about dog training. This just means that not all links will be directed at your root URL, or vice versa. You could have set your internal URL here, and a secondary URL would have been the primary domain. Tags we can again automatically generate, or we can just use our own. And campaign name is optional. If you don't give it a name, it will generate one for you. I'll just call this dog training. Next, we need some articles to fill up all the different projects within this campaign. We can use the article manager that we showed earlier, or if this is just a one-off thing, we can automatically create a set of articles just for this campaign. So if we go to Article Builder, select a category that's linked to this niche, dog training, set the size of the articles we're interested in. Let's go for 600 words. The number of articles we want each time, we'll go for 10. So this will download 10 600-word articles and mix them up, and it will do that for every single project within this campaign. So every article directory, a social network, bookmark will have its own unique content. Then we need to select a template from the list. We'll use the Full Monty, which is it is one of the largest campaigns you could run, so this will take probably 2 to 3 minutes to fully populate with all the data and articles. Number of profiles, we only need one. The number of days to run it over, we're going to run it over 2 weeks, so 14 days. Number of links per bookmark profile, we'll stick with 1. We'll have the project start on the 30th, and at 12 minutes past 7 p.m. that's fine. So all we have to do is click Create Campaign, and then senuke will go off, download articles, mix them all together, and populate this campaign for you. As I said, this is quite a large campaign, so it will probably take it 2 or 3 minutes, so we may have to speed through that so you don't get too bored watching this video. And that's it. We can now click OK. We could use this this again. We could set a new date and create another campaign and have it download in another set of articles again, or of course use our article manager, or we could change some settings and create it again. But we're just going to close this off, and you can see the campaign that has been created. You can see how many days everything will be running for and how many different tiers there already are. So you can see in just a few seconds we have created a campaign with many tiers, thousands of pages, thousands and thousands of articles, all unique and different, that will all be linking back to the web pages, the URLs that we put in. Indexing. There is a common myth in SEO that a link which has not been indexed, that is a link which doesn't appear in the actual search results of Google, has no value. That is not correct. The correct assumption is that a link which has not been spidered by Google has no value, because if it has not been spidered, it has not been seen. Spidering being the term used for when Google searches through your sites and links. So there are basically several different stages. First, you have a link which is just exists and nobody has seen it, and then you have a link which has been spidered. That means that Google knows it's there and knows where it points, and then you have a link which is indexed. But it's quite legitimate for Google not to index all links. For instance, why should they be indexing all forum profiles? There's no real content there, and it's not something that any person that actually went to Google and did a search would actually really want to see. So that's why they often are not indexed, but they are spidered and therefore they do count. Thankfully, senuke TNG has 2 different modules in it, one of which will help you with indexing and the other one will guarantee you get spidered. You can see them on this diagram here. First we have the index module, which is linked into a premium social network here, and here we have the spider/pinger tool, which is linked into a standard social network. There's no specific reason why I've linked the spider one to the social and the indexer to the premium. You could switch those around or link anything to anything. But there is a small distinct difference between the two different projects. Now firstly, the indexer project comes with 100 free URLs a day. That is that every subscription to senuke includes the ability to send 100 URLs to Backlinks Indexer every single day. That's over 3,000 a month on average. Backlinks Indexer is known as the industry standard. They have the highest results and the highest level of success of any of the indexing services. But what happens if you need to send more than 100 a day? Well, each of these different services has the option to buy a subscription, and you can send more links to them. So the first 100 every single day will automatically be sent to the free service, and after that senuke will send your links to the different services depending upon which ones you select. But here's where things get really interesting and a huge improvement over previous versions of senuke. You see, these indexing services tend to be quite expensive, and when you're generating thousands and thousands of links, it's hard to be able to send them all to the best services. So what we recommend is to send only the best links, such as the premium social network links, into the indexing services, and then the lower quality links, in particular forum profiles, web profiles, send those into the spider pinger tool. There are two services which work with the spider pinger tool. We have Linklicious here and Indexification here. They're both around $20 a month, and they will both cope with thousands of links a day without any problem. To use them, you just need to put in your API key and tick the Use with Ping project. And this basically replaces the pinger element of the Ping project with this service instead. So the beauty of this is that we can now create templates that send your links to two different indexing services. The higher quality stuff going off to the main indexer, and the bulk of the links, where you have thousands of different links, going off to the spider service. Now of course, don't worry if you don't understand any of that. The templates are already designed to do this for you. All you need to do is put in your details in the senuke options. Now, if you don't want to sign up to two services, don't worry, there is another little trick you can do with senuke TNG, and that is to use Indexification or Linklicious here as the indexing service as well. So what would happen now is the first 100 links will be sent through Premium Social Network to the indexer, which would be Backlinks Indexer for those first 100 links. And then once the first 100 are through, every other link would be sent through to Indexification. So effectively then, the indexer tool is working as the indexer tool for the first 100 links, but after that, it's effectively working as the spider tool. Now this is still extremely effective because of the high quality nature of these premium social networks. They tend to index with simple spidering, and they don't necessarily need the full services of the more expensive indexing systems. However, the absolute optimal setting is definitely to use one of the spider services on its own, only through the spider and pinger tool, and to use a premium backlink indexing service such as Backlinks Indexer in the indexer tool itself. Either way, the templates will sort all this out for you automatically. You don't have to do anything other than sit back and watch all of the links you get created in senuke get spidered, guaranteed. Crowd search. Crowd search is the amazing new tool from senuke TNG, which automatically searches for your websites within Google. This increases your click-through rate and it lowers your bounce rate, which are two of the biggest ranking factors known. It's very easy to use. All you need to do is add in your keywords. We're going to stick with dog training for now. And add in your site. We're going to use Barkbusters for this example. And add the site. You can see here you can set a number of searches to do a day. You can change that to so it's varying each day, so it's not doing the same thing every single day. If you set that to 10 to 15, then on the first day it will pick a random number between 10 and 15 and do that many searches, and on the next day it will pick another number between those two and do that many searches. Now this is all server based, nothing's actually done on your senuke, so you don't have to keep senuke open. Now exactly the same here. You can set the amount